Welcome to Flower Band Productions. I'm Jason Beck.
I'm Brian Merrill.
And we have Todd McBride with us tonight.
Hello.
So we're going to kick off right now. Todd, take it away.
All right.
Okay. We're rolling.
Morning confused and wondering who we are, and then when that wears off we realize we're just one of a trillion stars. Force ourselves outside and put a smile on our face. We all do our best to pretend like we all understand this place, but there's plenty of beauty in this world to make all this work all of the time. But we seem to collectively distract ourselves into following something we never find. We all want something to follow, something to belong to, something to believe in. Maybe the best idea is just to trust ourselves. I tell you that we've been waiting so long without any idea of what we're doing here. Oh, we've been waiting so long without any idea of what we're doing here. So to give ourselves a grip, we started this band and wrote these songs. We play them live in front of you, everything right, we all get along. There's stories about times with friends and places we know and places we're from. We were rulers all these hills, I'm with only dirt bombs. Still the band lives on, trying to hold on to something truly true. Out the first punk rock in Monk's garage, trying to sound cool. In half a dozen dingy stored spaces with friends around. Born here, grew up here, lived here, keep 2 feet on the ground. We've been waiting so long without any idea of what we're doing here.
Todd, I love that song.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah, we obviously listened to some of Todd's songs beforehand, but I like that one a lot. It's good, man. That one's everything I talk about all the time. Like everybody's like forgotten that, you know, like you start at the band just to grip onto something, you know, and then they forget what it's all about or whatever.
Yeah, that's
right?
One of the brand new ones. Yeah, that's
awesome.
I'm glad you understood the words.
Yeah, I was listening. It makes you listen cool. Because you're going so fast. Yeah. You start paying attention more. You know what? That's it. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like we were talking about when you headed in here. It's about you know, heading into life or going through life with no expectations, and then your net is that much wider to run into the good luck that you need. You know.
That's right. That's right. We were talking earlier about when and another artist expressed the exact same thing. He had done a record and it was successful, and so as he's making his next record, he's like, oh God, I got to top this record, and so all these expectations start coming up, and then he was like, couldn't do it.
It's a heavy weight.
It's a heavy
the
weight.
Expectations a heavy weight.
And when he dropped it, it came. So as soon as he dropped it, it came. That's why that song's so good.
So that's gonna be one on the solo record that you're doing, or are you gonna do it with the band, or you haven't decided yet?
Yeah, we played that one live with the band. Actually, first time we played it was the last show we had, and it came off real well. Nice. So that's kind of one of those ones where normally I play bass with the band, and then there's a number of songs where I play guitar. So those I can play those on the guitar alone as well, which is kind of a good feature of those.
Will that appear on your solo record?
Probably. But it's not in the list right now. But I just wrote that, you know, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. So.
Oh wow, it's brand spanking.
Yeah, I'm still learning how to sing it.
You could almost premiere it on Flower Band.
There you go. Well, there it is. Yeah.
There it is, folks. Brand new. That's what we do here. Like Brian,
Yeah,
brand new.
from inside the flower van.
That's right. We are inside the flower van. That little flower van that comes across, we're inside, right, Todd?
It's spacious.
You feel us
Yeah.
moving.
This is the Mark III version.
So what's the band name again?
The band's name is Fowler's Bluff.
Fowler's Bluff. And more about it?
Fowler's Bluff, we are named after a small community up off the Swanee River there, west of Chiefland.
Okay.
And the piano player, Mike Todd, his family has property up there, and we have a studio up there where we go to kind of retreat, write and record music.
Oh, that's cool.
And you really feel like you're just unplugged from worry, and just you get out there. It's a bit of a drive, but once you get out there, you're just kind of.
It's that nature heart.
Yeah,
Takes
there's
down.
no cell phone signal, and so you
have to
your modern worries just kind of float away with the river.
That sounds incredible. Can I be in the band?
Yeah, come
There
on.
you go, get Brian.
Yeah,
That's
but
awesome.
the guitarist George and I we'd been playing in bands since high school, and then the piano player Mike Todd and the drummer Chad Marin, they had a project going at the same time, and Chad and I worked at the college together. We just started talking because the drummer that George and I have been working with, Bryce Johnson, Brian knows him quite well, he moved up to Buffalo. So that band, we had to search out a new thing after that, and I ended up talking to Chad about it, and it was kind of an instant thing where it was funny. I was like, hey, when are we going to get together and play some music? And he's like, tomorrow night! He was ready to go. I was like, yeah, this is the guy right here. He was ready to go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and pretty much right from the beginning, it was like, all right, there's something here worth pursuing. So we have kept up with it since then. And we played our first show back October 11th of 2011, I think is when it was. Yeah, October 21st.
So like you said, like 2 years you've been going.
Yeah.
Huh? And you've been getting tighter now probably too, huh?
Oh yeah. We actually, George and I had a couple songs we brought with us. Mike and Chad had a couple songs they brought with them, and then we wrote a couple right off the bat together. But it was still, their style and our style were pretty different, which was a good thing.
Yeah.
George and I basically grew up learning to play guitar at the same time, so it was, a pretty fixed style there, so to say. But then when we kind of merged up against their style, there was a pretty stark contrast, and there was a bit of a divide at first, but it was cool. We could tell that it was going to produce some interesting things. So as we worked together and continued to practice and stuff, that smoothed out, and they started to merge, and our style leaned towards theirs, and theirs leaned toward ours, and then we ended up right in the middle.
Yeah, which probably in the long run made you stronger, more unique than if you would all had the same stuff.
Yeah, for sure. We actually had a number of songs that we thought we were ready to record, and we went to our good friend Bill Holmes' studio over across town there, and what we found out there was we just weren't ready. So we actually went back and we rewrote the songs. I mean, we actually kind of deconstructed them and said, this wasn't right here. This felt awkward. We pulled that out and put a new part in there, and then we stepped back and said, hey, this was the right thing to do. Now they're ready to go. So.
That's good.
Yeah, and we just put out our first album a couple months ago. So.
And what's that called?
It's just self-titled Fowler's Bluff.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
And how can you get it?
It's on iTunes. It's on our website, fowlersbluff.net.
There you go.
Through our Facebook page, all those modern outlets.
All right.
I highly recommend it. It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
You listen to it already,
I
Brian?
love it too.
It's good.
I love it. Yeah.
There you go, folks. 2 people, Brian and the guy who plays in it, said it was good. So get it. I love this last song's good. If it's anything like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We got another?
Sure.
All right.
Well, I'll never catch this rabbit run before he reaches the king. Time chews up the chances left for me. Soon I'll walk with a cane, wake to the sound of heartbeats, fall asleep to just the same. Time's confusion all consumes me. You know my sound but not my name. It's alright, I sleep at home tonight. That's where I lay my head while my baby's by my side. Sleep tight, the coast is within sight, and we're floating on this ghost ride.
Does that count and start again? Ideas trapped up in every song we write. Time's one long song that never ends. Blast rock back to lay these tracks down. 10 more gone and then it's dead. Stop to hear the empty clicking sound coming from the back of your head. It's alright, I'll sleep at home tonight. That's where I lay my head while my baby's by my side. Sleep tight, the coast is within sight, and we're floating on this ghost ride.
Good.
Yeah, that's great, man. Loved it.
Thanks.
So that's on the album too.
That's on my solo record.
Oh, so how do you? What's the solo?
I call the solo project Years Before Now.
Years before.
Yeah, and it's
That would make sense.
yeah. It's because the majority of the songs, you know, I pick like a central character and then I kind of build around that, but the thought generally comes from something in, you know, my lifetime, so from the years before now.
So what do you mean essential character?
I pick, you know, somebody, you know, because, you know, stories are best told when you leave the boring parts out and pick the most interesting parts. So I usually pick some kind of character and then I'll, based on something that happened to me or something I went through or even a story I was told, you know, I'll build around that and then I'll decide, you know, where I want it to go lyrically, kind of. If I had the idea for the guitar part first, then I'll go from how that makes me feel, or if I have the idea for the lyric first, I'll write the guitar part to fit, you know, where the lyric's at. And I try to have, for, you know, it's not profound by any means, but I try to have a central character to each song so that there's somebody, you know, either, you know, thinking something to themselves or telling something to somebody else, and then that becomes the song there.
That's good right there. I mean, Brian's the one that got me going on songwriting. I mean, that explains a lot. That's good.
Yeah.
That's anybody listening to hear that. So, you know, you revolve the whole thing around that person.
Yeah, and then if it's something that you're picturing, you know, like a certain type of day, or you know, color of the sky, or temperature of the air, or speed of movement, or something, you know, then you can kind of describe that, so you can put the listener in that same type of feeling. And then if you can add that match up with the chords and the notes and the rhythm, that makes a lot, you know, that's what makes it happen. You know?
There, we got a gem out of him.
Yeah,
that's
brilliant.
a gem. All right, you listening?
Of course, what I want to remember, though, and young songwriters remember, though, is to leave the boring parts out.
Yeah, right.
There you
That was
go.
brilliant,
No
too.
boring
So,
parts.
yeah.
No boring parts. That's good. That's good. That's perfect. Well, you're gonna do your harmonica. Too,
Yeah, I
right?
want to play a song called Sense Enough. Let me grab my...
When's the drummer going to get here?
Yeah, right? This is a song that we play with the band. It's a song I wrote a little while ago, and play the right harmonica. I saw Chris Christopherson the other night at the Palladium.
Wow.
How was it?
Man, no, that's Christopher Cross. The poor guy, he's in the Country Music Hall of Fame. He's written songs for Johnny Cash and Janis Joplin, and people confuse him with Christopher Cross. It's all right.
I got all excited.
But it was incredible. I mean, he just got up there, and you can tell that Father Time is taking its toll on the guy. 77.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But he still stood up there. He played like 2 40-minute sets probably. Well, I don't have sense enough to leave well enough alone. And the look you're staring at me with, it cuts me to the bone. I've been wishing all morning long that I could take back those words I said. They were bouncing all around, just waiting to get out of my head, out of my head. Out of my head. Out of my head. Out of my head. You don't have sense enough to let me
going out of my head. Going out of my head. Out of my head. Going out of my head. I'm going out of my head. Out of my head. Going out of my head.
Good, man. Very good. I liked it. All right. Thank you for watching another Flower Van production. We'd like to thank Todd for coming by. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you for
It
watching.
was
Thank you for
awesome.
having me. Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks,
Privilege.
Todd.
And our last words tonight are what, Brian?
Man, it was just a thrill to have Todd here tonight, and some very incredible words that he gave us
Absolutely.
for us about songwriting.
We got a gem. We got a
Craft
gem.
Songwriting.
Yes.
So that was brilliant. So
Thanks.
I'm even going to go back and listen to that one too. So I really appreciate that.
It was good, actually. It was really good. All right, there it is, kids. Listen up, write some songs, pick up your guitar, and get out there.
And what's the takeaway? Leave the boring parts out.
Leave the boring parts
Boring
out.
parts out.
Nobody wants to hear them.
Bye.
Until next time.